Right now, what we are going to do is to configure connection between Odoo and Shopify. So let's go to the menu e-commerce integration, create sales order or sales integration, Shopify demo. We select API as Shopify, and now we click save. Okay, so now we will launch a quick configuration wizard. Okay, it is asking something from us. Now we need to go to our Shopify admin part, go to settings, go to apps, develop apps, and create a new app. Okay, so Odoo test 15. We click create an app. Then what we need to do is to configure admin API scopes. What we need is only the following access. By the way, it will be verified in our wizard. So we need write fulfillment and read fulfillment. We need write inventory and read inventory. We also need to read orders. We do not to write them. And also we need to write and read products. Let's click save. We go to API credentials, and we have here API key and API secret. So first of all, let's click install the app. Click install. So now what we do, we need admin API access token to be inserted. So we click reveal token at once. You will be able to do it only once, so don't lose it. Now we will need to insert API secret. Also copy it. Next thing what we need to do, we copy shop URL. Now we go to again to configuration, and you see that we have webhook version. We copy it. IP version 2022-07. This is latest API version, the moment of recording the videos. Let's click next. As you can see, there is a verification. Everything is green. There is verification that all access rights were successfully filled in. Let's click next. And let's start an initial data import. Okay, as you can see, the automatic jobs will be are starting, that are importing all required initial data. That is it. We need to wait until it is finished, and that's it for this. Now let's go to e-commerce integration menu, and let's review mappings. So first of all, we see that there are only 8 missing mappings here. So we will need to fix them. Let's go to taxes. First of all, there are no taxes imported. The reason is because Shopify is calculating taxes on the fly. So when sales order will be imported, then taxes will be added. Now we don't have them here. attributes, and we see that there are some attributes downloaded from Shopify and attribute values. Also in external menu, you can see an overview of what attributes you have. So legs having these attributes, color having these attributes. If you go to attributes, you either can click on import attribute, so it will be created in Odoo, or you can mass import it by creating it. There is a message saying that 2 attributes and 5 values were created. That's it, that mapping is fixed. Okay, only one missing mapping. Let's go to shipping methods. Shipping methods are also created on the fly from orders. Products, they are not imported yet because they will be imported on the next step. Countries, that's the only missing mapping. So for now, only one country is mapped. The country of our shop that is created on PrestaShop. The rest of the world is not mapped, but we don't need to map it actually anyway. So we can leave it as is or delete it from mapping menu. Anyway, it exists here. Mappings. Next, go to states. There are no states in Poland. Languages. You see that the language was automatically mapped. Payment methods, they are also created on the fly from sales orders. Categories, we see that these categories are corresponding to Shopify collections. Here they are, and they are created in the categories menu, and they are already auto-mapped because they were automatically created in Odoo. Reason of this is that there were no website or public categories in Odoo existing, so whatever was created in from Shopify was automatically created in Odoo. If something already exists in Odoo, then you will have to map it manually by selecting the in this drop down the necessary Odoo object that corresponds to Shopify object. Contacts or partners are not yet mapped. Of course, there are no orders. There are substatuses that are created. So this is all statuses that exist in Shopify. They are needed. They are required for later configuration of download of sales orders. But they are mapped for now, and that's it. The next step is to start importing products from Shopify to Odoo. So first of all, you need to know that I, for the test purposes, created a product in Odoo just to demonstrate the functionality of auto mapping. And let's go to e-commerce, Shopify demo. Let's go to initial import tab. What we do, we click import product from external. As explained here, what will happen, the validation of products in external and the Odoo will happen. Then products will be created in menus, e-commerce, external, product, and variants in these menus, and there will be attempt to auto-match product by internal reference or barcode with existing Odoo products. So let's click and see what will happen. As you can see, there is a pop-up saying that there is a problem with the product variant in Shopify with a quick link to this product. Let's go and check it. As showed here, product variant without reference in e-commerce system. So let's go and add SKU. Okay. And also there is a problem in Odoo. There is a product in Odoo without internal reference. I have selected it. Actually, it is mandatory to have this internal reference because auto mapping will happen by it. Okay, so we have fixed everything. Let's click and let's click import product from external again. You see that there was a queue job, automatic queue job created here. It was already executed. You see that there is initial product import. If you have thousands and thousands of products, it is done in batches, and then the batch of products will be imported step by step. So it doesn't matter how many products you have in Shopify, they all will be synchronized successfully because they are not synced all they're synced not all together by batches. Okay, so what have happened? If you go to e-commerce, external products, you see there are products, there are variants created. Also, if you go to mapping, we have that there are now 83 missing mappings. We go to products, and if you check, there is one product that was automatically mapped by internal reference, flip over, because the internal references is the same. Okay, so now what you can do is click import product from this menu, or what you can do, you can like this, for example, yeah, and then automatically this product will be created in Odoo. Or what you can do, you can go to e-commerce, initial import, and click a mass action, create products in Odoo. So all those products that were not automatically matched, they will be created. Also, this will happen asynchronously, so you can observe the process. You see that there are lots of jobs started. Let's finish the execution. If we go to sales products, you will now see that all products are created step by step as long as job finishes with all the images and attributes inside it. Okay, now let's review the configuration for exporting products from Odoo to Shopify. First of all, let's go to the jobs list. We click export product templates. This checkbox should be checked. Second thing, what you want to review is the product fields mapping. By default in Shopify, there are only these products that are can be exported. Also, this checkbox is send field for updating is not set. So these fields, let's imagine that the new product is created. When the new product is created, then all these selected fields will be sent from Odoo to Shopify automatically. But when we are editing an existing field, then only fields that are marked with checkbox send field for updating is selected. So in this case, I have selected all the checkboxes. So now let's experiment. So we have here inventory, we have a product. Okay, so let's experiment with this product with a bolt. Let's go to sales, products, bolt, and let's experiment with a tricky part. So there is a product name bolt, but usually in warehouse, this name is a technical name, but you would like to have a special e-commerce site name. So in e-commerce integration tab, you go and select a new name that will be different from the technical name. You click save. Also see that you can switch off the exporting of the product from Odoo to Shopify on the specific product by unchecking the integration on the e-commerce integration tab. Okay, so let's see, there are no failed jobs. Just to double check, go to job queue. There is an export template job. There is a successful export, that's great. Let's refresh the page on Shopify. You see, the product is named Bolt 2, so it was changed. Export now a new product. So let's imagine we would like to create a new product on Odoo side. Let's click. This will be a storable product in our case. Test product. Let's upload some image. There will be test ref 01. Okay. In e-commerce integration, this checkbox is set automatically. The reason of it, because on the integration itself, we have selected add new products automatically. So whenever you create a new product, this checkbox will be set automatically. Now we select, for example, this is like a service. Oh no, it's like component. It's for the category. Okay, the price will be 1000. Okay, so we saved the product. There are no failed jobs. Let's go to job. There is a job for exporting product. There is information that product was successfully created. Let's go to Shopify. Let's find the test product. So here it is. This is a test product. That's it. Create an inventory quantity. So if we go to first of all e-commerce integration and go to jobs, click export inventory job enabled. The checkboxes should be set. Then we go to inventory tab and select allocation that will be used to find your inventory quantities. So only amount of products that are in these locations will be exported to external system. That allows you to design your warehouse and to isolate it in a way that part of warehouse will be sold online, part will be only offline and online, for example. Okay, that's it. Now let's go to sales products, acoustic block screen. We click update quantity. We put 1000. Click apply. So now we have 1000 items on hand. We don't have failed jobs. You see that there is a job for exporting inventory. This is successfully finished. Let's go to the product. And you see that there is 1000 items available on hand. Okay, so let's imagine that we are on this our online store. We're in demo mode, so we click add to cart, view my cart. This is my cart, click checkout. Okay, so we are entering an email, click continue. Okay, so we are selecting the standard shipping method. Here it is. We click continue to payment. We are entering the test credit card number, any valid expiration date, any 3 digits. Clicking pay now. Okay, so my order is confirmed. If I go to orders list, you see that there is a payment status paid or status unfulfilled. So then let's go to the connector itself. So first of all, when the connector is activated, another thing is created is special automated action that runs download of orders every 5 minutes in this case. Another thing to consider is that all orders will be downloaded starting from this date. So if you need to download something that will be earlier, you need to change this date. And another thing is about auto workflow. So there are order statuses, and on orders we need to tell the system what to do when order with in specific status was found. So for example, in these statuses we would like to download and to validate orders automatically. If, for example, the order is marked as paid, we would like to create invoice and use customer invoice for this. Set the same invoice date as sales order date. Validate invoice and also register the payment. Okay, so that is it for settings. So now let's wait for scheduled action to run, or instead of waiting, what we can do, we can click run manually. We click run manually. So first thing to consider is that you see that now we have failed jobs, and we will see the reason when we go into details. Next important thing, when new sales order is downloaded from Shopify to Odoo, it is first coming as a raw data inside this place. So this is needed for debug purposes. Okay. So we see that there is it is in draft state and there is a failed job. Let's investigate what happened. So you can see that there are issues with shipping methods mapping. There is an integration exception. We can see okay, we can click import external records. Okay, so now after importing the shipping method, we can see that the job, this sales order was transferred to done status, and you see that the related sales order was created. Note that by default, sales order will get number, standard Odoo number, plus the number in the Shopify. If you would like to change the naming of the sales order, you go to sales order defaults and set sales order prefix. Here, for example, you would like to have like Shopify. And started from now, these sales orders will be automatically created with Shopify / name of the sales order in external system. Okay, let's go and see what happened to what actually happened to the sales order. Let's go here. So you see that sales order is confirmed. We see that invoice is created. We see that it is validated and posted. So all seems to be good, but no payment is registered. If we go to integration workflow, we can see that what actually happened with sales order. So validate sales order was done, picking validation skipped because it's not yet fulfilled, of course. We see that there is a create invoice, validate invoice done, and register payment is in progress or having issues. So the reason of this, if you go to job queue, there is no payment journal defined on payment method. In the menu e-commerce integration auto workflow payment method, in the payment journal column Shopify demo payment method. So let's go e-commerce integration auto workflow payment method. You see that there is a payment method bank. Now let's check the job and click requeue job. Now the job was finished, and if you go to invoice, you see that invoice was actually marked as paid. So workflow has finished. As we have downloaded the sales order, we would like to deliver it and send tracking number from Odoo to Shopify. Let's go to e-commerce integration for this, and in jobs we will select export tracking number job checkbox. So tracking numbers will be sent from Odoo to Shopify automatically. Let's go to the delivery. Let's select a tracking reference. So for test purposes, we are adding it manually, but if you are using some FedEx or USPS delivery carrier, it will be filled in automatically on delivery order validation. So let's go, let's click validate, apply. Okay, so we go to integration expert tracking, job successfully finished. Let's go to Shopify. And you see that status is fulfilled, and you see tracking number is now added. And also the last feature is webhooks. Webhooks allows you to receive updates from Shopify and execute some actions on Odoo side. For example, let's imagine that we are marking order as fulfilled. In this case, we are going to mark a picking as validated. So first thing, we would like to save log files on webhooks, just to make sure that all will be working good. And the second thing, what we are going to do, we go to outer workflow, and for order statuses, for example, fulfilled, we configure validate picking. So if order is fulfilled, then we need to automatically validate its picking on Odoo side. As you can see, for paid status, we already have validate, create invoice, force invoice date with customer invoice journal, and register payment automatically. So we do not need to do it on Odoo side manually. And of course, for register payment, depending on payment method, we are selecting a payment journal. So let's test it now. We go to the web shop, add to cart, view my cart, checkout. I fill in the information, continue payment, card number, let's fill in something, expiration date, any expiration date, same as shipping address, pay now. So now sales order is created on Shopify side. You see that it is paid but unfulfilled. Now if we go to Odoo, just to speed up the process of downloading the sales order, I will run scheduled actions, scheduled action, run manually. Okay, so now we have sales order, a new one that was just created. We see that there is invoice, it is marked as paid. If we check integration workflow, we see what statuses were executed, like validate order, validate picking was skipped because for paid statuses was not done. Then create invoice, validate invoice, register payment. So that's all was executed. Now let's imagine that we are going to deliver this on the Shopify side. So we go fulfill items. Okay, and click fulfill item. That is it. So let's go on the Odoo side. You see the validate picking workflow was automatically executed. If you go to delivery order, we see that the VH out document is in status done. That is it.